All right, guys, so the second thing I used to stress way too much about in my diet was salt. And there was a certain celebrity who had a talk show who said that she only ate 500 milligrams of salt or sodium a day. And she was very skinny, that was part of her brand. And I thought to myself, I should only eat 500 milligrams of salt because that's what she does. And I was an 18-year-old logical person who thought her way was the best way, and that salt is what was going to make me fat. And yes, if you're eating fried dough with a ton of salt on it, it could potentially make you bloated if it causes you to retain more water. And on the scale, salt can affect how much you weigh based on what it does with water in your body. So if you're holding on to water, then perhaps you might feel heavier. But to the average Joe, when you eat a lot more salt or a little bit of salt, it's really not going to make a difference unless you are 4, 5, 6, 7% body fat. So once I had learned that from this celebrity that she didn't eat a lot of salt, and I thought I should worry about it, I will be honest, I was mindful of sodium intake for quite a bit of time. It wasn't until I had a photo shoot to prepare for and I was reading stuff on bodybuilding.com that I was really reading into how to manipulate salt in water and cutting, etc. And I didn't really understand the fact that my body fat wasn't quite low enough for it to really make a huge difference. But I did feel like I started to look at everything I ate, and I freaked out. Like, oh, I eat deli meat pretty often. There's so much sodium. And I eat Trader Joe's egg white salad that I love. So much sodium. What am I going to do? What am I going to eat? Almond milk has sodium. PB2 has sodium. All these things that I ate regularly that made me feel great, made me stay on track with my diet, I was all of a sudden questioning because of their sodium level. And no doctor or any professional had told me that I needed to stop eating it. I had no issues. Like, my grandmother has Lumineers disease and she has to have a sodium-free diet. I had no reason to be worrying about it, but it became this game of like, how little salt can I eat and how will that affect my weight on the scale, when in actuality the amount of calories I was eating wasn't changing. And in some cases I was probably eating more calories because I was trying to leave one lifestyle and enter into a different one, this salt-free one, and trying to find other foods without the flavor. I wasn't feeling satisfied. And so if you're someone that's stressing about salt for nutritional, your own personal, any type of diseases that you might have, that's another issue. But for fat loss, worry about your calories first and how much protein you're having and what nutrients you're getting in your diet versus how much salt you're having. Obviously, too much of anything is too much, but adding salt via salt shaker on the table isn't going to harm you in any way. And if you're athletic and you're sweating a lot, salt is really important for you. So if that's something that you're caught up on, like I used to be, I urge you to, kind of let that go by the wayside and really worry more about calories at this point.